Galactic Glamorous Rising, dear family. This video is going to be called A Bunch of Good and Bad Things to Say About Our Women. First off, I want to say this. I derive a deep feeling of pleasure and satisfaction from the happiness of my fully melanated woman. Just want to say that first. I derive a deep feeling of pleasure and satisfaction from the happiness of my fully melanated woman. I derive a deep feeling of pleasure and satisfaction from the happiness of a fully melanated woman. From the happiness of a fully melanated woman. From the happiness of a fully melanated woman. I derive a deep feeling of pleasure and satisfaction from the happiness of a fully melanated woman. Just wanted to say that first. In other words, I have pride for the happiness of my woman. I have pride for the happiness of woman. I have pride for the tranquility of a woman. I have pride for the peace that a woman will partake in or live in with me. I have pride for reality as such. Now I fight for it every day, for it to manifest. But it won't. Why won't it? Same reason it won't manifest for every other man. Peace and love in this reality with his woman. That's why it won't manifest. Same reason why as the rest of the men. Do I blame? Do I point fingers? Tired of blaming anyone for anything. It's all about fixing what is causing or let me say it like this, or I'm going to say it like this. It's not about pointing the finger at anyone anymore. It's about fixing what the damager caused that keeps me away from my woman. It's all about stopping the separator that is separating from me from my woman. And it's all about permanently ending the causer of what originally separated me from my woman. So it'll never come back to do it again. Because now that I know what it is, it's just going to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Why? Because without our women, we can't move the way we need to move. Here's another. I want to say this about our women real quick. Here's some one-liners real quick. Our women are like mechanical gear ointment. It's not what I said the first time. Our women are like mechanical gear lubrication to us. They're like mech gear lubrication for us. Are we machines? Am I saying men are machines? No, it's just a parable. Check it. Our women are like mechanical gear lubrication. Why do I say mechanical gear lubrication or mech gear lubrication? Or why do I say women are the lubrication to our gears? Why do I say those words? We're not machines. It's just a parable. Because when you think about a machine in reality, without its lubrication or without its proper maintenance as to what keeps its gears and proper function and motion, without that, say, source of soul or source of spiritual soul, right? Without that juice, the machine's gears would grind and they would lock in place. They won't keep rotating. They won't keep moving the right way, you see. Everything has channels. Everything has channels in which its necessary fluids of life need to flow through in order for it to function properly, if that makes sense. Our sisters are like mechanical gear lubrication. They are. Just wanted to say that real quick. So without our mech gear lubrication, without our gear lubrication, we don't move the right way. We just don't. And due to this world ensuring that our women will be backwards, reverse, living incorrectly as to the way they should be living by natural moral standards. Due to this world attacking them endlessly, our women are, whatever words you can think of to label and describe, the antithesis of lubrication, acid maybe. They become more acidic to our gear parts. It's like pouring acid into a machine with our sisters today. Why? Because there is a group of people with opposite genetics who are ensuring they would be so. Long story short. Is it all of the people with the opposite genetics? Virtually. I say out of the planet, out of the 2 billion, only like maybe 4% of them do not serve this beast, but the rest of them do. What they started out as is what they remained. And one big gigantic body of scrubbing. Moving forward though, defend against them. So here's some more good things and bad things to say about our women. I want to say these words real quick. Just to throw this out here. Because I have a pride for the happiness of our women. I have pride for the happiness of our women. I have pride for the happiness of our women. But the thing is, it's impossible to manifest the happiness of our women as long as our women are fighting against our abilities to manifest it as the government is telling them to. It is not their fault. It's no one's fault at all. It is no one's fault at all. There's no form of humanity who is truly at fault here. No form. There is no form of humanity that is truly at fault at all. No form. We are all being attacked by this demon. We are all being attacked by the authority attached to chaos. Everyone is. Everyone is being attacked by the authority attached to chaos. Everybody is. It just so happens that the authority attached to chaos has control over people in order to do its bidding. People in order to enforce its laws. People in order to drive its commandments and its covenants and its laws down our spiritual throats night and day. It just so happens that the authority attached to chaos has altered people running its show. That's just the main thing right there. And those altered people go after regular people and turn them into what we could label and describe as sellouts. And those sellouts, which are in actuality regular people, just regular people, not altered people. There's only 2 styles of people on the planet, an altered person and a regular person. We know what the altereds are, the non-melanated, and we know what the regulars are, the melanated. Due to them working, or whom give power to the beast, government spies and government agencies and things of that nature, due to them consistently ensuring that our women will not be able to think accurately and clearly, they are being taken away from us. And due to that process of being taken, that process of entrenchment, so to speak, or that process of entrench, due to that process of entrench, our women are more of a problem for us than they are a solution. They are more of a problem than they are a solution. It ain't their fault. It's just what they are due to what is making sure that they would be so. We need to shield our women, overwhelmingly shield our women's minds, hearts, and physical bodies from this evil heavyweight demon. It works through the people. Who are the people that it's working through? The only kinds of people on the planet: the altered and the non-altered, the altered and the regular. The altered and the regular are what the authority attached to chaos works through in order to keep taking our women away from us. Think about the feminist movement. Think about the 4B movement. Why do you think we have feminists and 4Bs? Why do you think we have those type of evil, despicable, disgusting movements? Why do you think we have those? Are they serving any good to the community? No. They're only tearing it apart. Only tearing it apart. Feminism is only tearing the community apart. Only. We have an artificial world built on top of a natural one. This is an artificial world built on top of a natural one. Evil is not smart at all. We are. Evil is not smart. We are. Evil just watches what we do, studies what we do, takes things that it feels as if it would need to screw our lives up with later. That's it. Watches, studies, takes and uses for evil. I didn't need to count that. It's just moving forward. So our women, due to the entrenchment, are more so of a problem today than they are a solution. It ain't their fault. Just know why they're like this. Just know why they are. Just know why. They don't want you to know things like this. Our women don't. But why don't they? Because the government doesn't want you to know things like this. Why? Because if you know things like this, you'll stop it from being a problem, and you'll make it a solution only. Why do we even have problems in the first place? Because the authority attached to chaos wants you to have problems in the first place. By any means does it want you to have these problems in the first place, you see. Some more things to say about our women, though, before I get off topic. I want to say this about you, my sisters. For the brethren who may not recognize certain signs. Why do I want to expose you, my sisters? Because I am ready to end this spiritual war. You are not, because of how it benefits you. Kind of like how it benefits the recessives. It all comes from the same source. So this world benefits you, so you want to keep it up. It benefits you than it does me. And then the enemy taught you to be overwhelmingly jealous of my stance and figure in life. But then it taught you to be jealous so much to a point where you just see me as competition. Someone who shouldn't be better than you. But then it's like, I'm not trying to be better than you. Just want to live in peace. Then you would disagree with that concept there. Men don't want to live in peace. Men want war. Who taught you that? Who taught you that we want war? Who taught you that we want competition? Who taught you that men were all competitive? Who taught you that? Who taught you that men have a competitive nature? Who taught you this? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't. I don't have a competitive nature at all. I don't desire to be better than anyone. I desire to live in peace. That's it. Thing is, though, the entrenchment sets you on artificially moral principle standards. The entrenchment sets you upon artificially moral principle standards due to your artificially moral principle standards, all you desire and or respect are the qualities of war, hatred, division, and stagnance. The abilities of what's evil, ugly, abnormal, and artificial, and the achievements of what takes life and the abilities to live them accurately. The only thing you admire and respect is what's opposite of what's good. Opposite of natural, opposite of true beauty. Your natural beauty is being used to use to their advantage. I'm gonna say this real quick. Why do our women get so addicted to makeup? It's a rhetorical question now. Because the opposite genoclass or the opposite genetic class are charged by the authority attached to chaos to put chemicals after chemical after chemical inside of your makeup, which makes it addictive for you to wear. But then on top of that, they have all these other little things out here to tell you how to put it on so it can make you look fabulous versus just dazzling your face with some things that they scraped out of a sewer maybe. My sisters, your makeup is killing you. I desire to protect you from everything. Stop using makeup. But as always, you can do whatever you want. I'm at least going to say it to you. So check it out. To all of my brethren, when it comes to our women, especially in this world of evil, the only thing you want to do to them is love on them. That is it. It is only to love on them. I'm gonna go more deeper into that. So here's the thing. There are two things internally that you should focus on when it comes to your pursuit of a woman. If you decide to, or when you're ready to finally pursue one. There are two things internally meaning inside of mind and spirit that you should focus on: balance and good grounds. When it comes to the pursuit of what you want from your woman, or what you want to attain when you're reaching after the goals with your woman, balance and good grounds internally, but externally only love. Now see, here's the thing. What it means to remain balanced is to remain upright. You see, balance is to remain upright. So, which means protection and things of that nature all fall into the category of balance. To remain upright and steady. Keep balance in mind. Good grounds in mind is a destination to get her to. My good grounds that I have, as an example, a farm with 7 kids. That's my good grounds example. Balance. Keeping everything upright and steady. Upright. Uprighteous. Up, morally right. Keep everything up, morally righteous. Up, naturally morally right. Natural balance then. And then externally, the only thing you want to do to this woman is love her. That's it. Only thing you want to do. Do you want to get married? I keep saying things like, I promise you I'm going to marry a fully melanated woman. I promise you I'm going to marry a fully melanated woman. I say those words, right? I said those words. But do I really want to get married? No. I don't really care for marriage at all. I really don't. Not even a piece of me does. Not even remotely close to caring for marriage. The only thing I care to do is love on my fully melanated woman. That's it. With a balanced mind, upon a great and good foundation. Good grounds. That's all. Why don't I care for marriage? Me personally, like I said, the only thing I care for is to love on my woman. With a balanced mind on good grounds. That is all. The only reason why I would even consider marriage in some kind of fashionable regard is to satisfy and or appeal to her feelings if the time came to do so. Because let's not forget, we're all in this together. Why do I say the main thing you want to do externally is love on your woman? Because your woman is a part of you spiritually. A woman is a part of you spiritually. So loving on a woman is loving on your spiritual self. When you spiritually intertwine with a woman, or soul tie, meaning when you come into physical contact with her, and the stronger the contact, the stronger the intertwine and the soul tie. And the stronger the intertwine and the soul tie, the better the balance. And the better the balance, the better the progression you will both have in this reality that we march in together. The better the balance, the better the progression. All you desire to do is love on your woman, because all you desire to do is love yourself. Love your neighbor as you would love yourself. Just make sure that the neighbor, being the good woman that you desire her to be, will be the good woman you desire her to be. Don't choose incorrectly. Here are some signs you can use to notice how a woman is going to be a detriment for your entire life. When you first meet her, if she gives you any signs that she's not going to like you, she will not like you for the remainder of your existence. What are some signs you can use to notice it? Why do I say it with such a degree of passion? Because we are at a spiritual war, and I desire the spiritual war to come to an end. Reason why I desire this spiritual war to come to an end? Because this spiritual war desires me and every single man alive to continue suffering to death at any and all costs. Keep this in mind. Evil things are complicated, good things are simple, and balanced things are uprighteous. Evil things are complicated, good things are simple, balanced things are uprighteous. How to notice if your woman does not like you on the first few go-rounds. She'll talk a lot. She'll keep everything complicated. She will stem her ideologies from the root source of evil to communicate with you. Why? Because she doesn't like you. How do you become something that a woman doesn't like? Don't look good or feel good in today's world. How do you become a man that doesn't look good or feel good? Get born. So that this world can trick your father into clipping you, as they say. They say, I got mine clipped, so he gonna get his clipped too. Break the cycle. Stop depriving your son of a love life, because that is exactly what you are doing, so he can be a slave, as they want him to be. Circumcision is a lie. Make it illegal now. Women who often use their children as a shield to keep you away don't like you. Stop pursuing them. Women who use their children as shields to keep you away don't like you. Stop pursuing them. Women who say things like, women who make it seem as getting to know you is such a large, overwhelming necessity. She doesn't like you. Why do I say that? Because if a woman likes you, she'll do anything for you. Anything. Like give it up on the first night. No matter what. Women who like you will do anything for you. Anything. I say be wary of these kind of women who don't like you and what it takes to not be liked by a woman, meaning don't look good or feel good, meaning be fat and ugly. That's the easiest way to get a woman to not like you, especially in America. Even for some attractive men, I'm starting to hear stories rise up now about how they're even receiving problems from our sisters due to the opposite geno class consistently telling them to be a problem for us. If we stopped the authority attached to their chaos, our women wouldn't be chaotic. They'd just be perfect as they were meant to be, as they were destined to be. Every woman is meant to be perfect. We were all meant to be perfect for each other. We were all meant to be perfect for each other. All of us were. There is a artificial world built on top of our natural one, just like there are artificial standards built on top of our natural standards, just like there is now an artificial intelligence trying to replace our natural intelligence. Just going to state the obvious for a moment. What are some more good things and bad things to say about our sisters before I close this video out? Women who don't like you and do like you. How to tell if a woman doesn't like you. Micro expressions. How to tell if a woman does like you. She will be really easy to get along with. When I say easy to get along with. But is that a bad thing? If you're a bad man, it's a bad thing. Depending on your character stance, depending on your character and behavioral principle standards. If it's negative, anything you do will be bad. If you have positive grounds, your character and behavior stand on, anything you do will be good. If they're positive grounds, if they're good grounds, anything you do will be good. If they're bad, if they're negative grounds, anything you do will be bad. Anything. But we're at a spiritual war. And I'm only saying things that will expose my sisters so they can stop putting so much negativity in our brethren's heads, which is driving them to commit self-deletion. You follow what I'm saying? Because when you put so much suffer to your end in someone's head, they will manifest the idea as the enemy wants them. As the enemy is teaching you and channeling its evil through you unto we. You can't control it. You don't recognize what you're doing. My sisters, you are like feathers to me. As far as like how you would physically harm me. You're like a feather. Doesn't do anything at all. You are just meant to be loved. From what my understanding sees. You are only meant to be loved, not combated with. Only meant to be loved. But due to the enemy's entrenchment, you feel like you were meant to be combative. You were not. We're not supposed to be arguing. It's not a law or anything like that. It's just normal. It's just normal that we don't fight. Last note. Keep this in mind, if you will. Before I go on, I'll finish what I was just saying. It's normal that we don't fight. It's normal we don't argue. It's normal. So keep this in mind, if you will. Last note. I'm going to close out the video. The true genesis and origin and origination of our sisters is not the story you've been told. It's not what you believe it to be. How our women came into existence was not by a benevolent act. It was by the act of an evil hand, which is why their genetic and their biological structure is so naturally imbalanced. Our sisters are naturally imbalanced. They need us. Our women need us. They're naturally imbalanced. You see, they have more heart than they have body, yet they have more body than they have mind. And due to the body being in the nature of the body being naturally barbaric without the spirit soul's nature to help keep it upright and steady, due to those facts there, when the enemy's entrenchment takes heave of our sisters' mind and their hearts, they will not move upright and steady. Instead, they will move immorally and unorthodox. That's the word I'm looking for. Meaning their bodies will take over their minds and cause their hearts to move incorrectly. Because the heart does what the mind tells it. Whatever the mind tells the heart to do is what the heart tells the body to do. And due to the heart's nature being all good, it's almost as if like the mind is telling the heart to do something, but it's doing what it wants to do the way the mind tells it to do it. You follow what I'm saying? Like like you can tell me to do something, so, like if you entrench someone to do something wrong, they'll do it wrong in a correct way. You follow what I'm saying? And if you tell someone to do something correct, they'll do it correct in a correct way, because the heart is automatically correct. It is unhurt, unstruck, and unbeaten. Our sisters' hearts, our hearts, all hearts, the heart of all hearts is unhurt, unstruck, and unbeaten. However, even with the grid over it, the sphere, the center, the disc that's over it, that gives it its protection, so to speak. That gives the nature its stronger source of protection, so to speak. Even with that, even with the sort of coating that gives it that gives the source of battery its life and its abilities to drive the energies and the vitalities to function the way it desires someone to function into their or into their through into their interspiritual personal selves, outward into our reality. Even if that makes sense to you, the energies of our hearts, even though it has its own control, the mind still tells it to do and to go. You follow what I'm saying? And if something else is getting into the mind and telling it to do and to go, it'll go in a negative way, but positively. If that makes sense, it's kind of, it's not complicated, but it's like it's not even hard to explain, really. It's really not. But just remember these words if you can. Due to the way our women were made up, they have more heart than they have body, but they got more body than they got mind. The body is naturally barbaric, the mind is naturally balanced, and the heart is naturally good. The body is naturally barbaric, the mind is naturally balanced, and the heart is naturally good. So, due to the entrenchment, it naturally imbalances the mind so that the mind could give imbalanced orders to the heart. And the heart will just execute those imbalanced orders to the best good way that it possibly can, if that makes sense. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. This is not a victim mentality. I'm just aware of what struck me, aware of what's stricken we, and aware of it will not stop striking us at all. Which is why it ain't about a competition with me. It's only about the awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped. The strikers. I don't desire to be your king or your leader. I only desire to do or say something that will defend and protect you from the striking. Therefore, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Matthew 22:39. Defend your neighbor, you should defend yourself. At least those who are worthy. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.